If you are a man who knows he's capable of more, not just in business, not just in the gym, but in who you actually are as a man, then I need you to watch this, because what I'm about to share is why men who have everything going for them on paper are still losing the battle on the inside. And more importantly, it's how I exactly fixed my own life and the lives of many other men I work with. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why you keep falling back into the same patterns like lust, distractions, broken promises to yourself. You're going to see the exact reason your discipline never sticks to anything. And I'm going to show you the 3-pillar system that changes all of that, starting with the body, going all the way to who you are as a man before God. And it won't come from motivation, we know that. We both know that motivation doesn't just do the job. It won't come from just another workout plan or the willpower or deleting the apps and then 3 days later just reinstalling them. It won't come from doing more in life. It will come from becoming someone totally different, a man with a rebuilt identity, not just a better routine. But let me tell you what I already know about you. You wake up in the morning and before your feet hit the floor, you're already on your phone. Not because you want to be, but it's easier that way to start the day. And you've had stretches in your life where you're locked in, you're training hard, you're focused, you're feeling like yourself, and then something in your life happens, a bad week, a night that went way too long, and you're right back to where you started. You've deleted apps, you've made the promises on a Sunday night, you told yourself that you're going to do everything and that next week is going to be different, and it wasn't. And every time you break that promise to yourself, every time lust wins and every time the distractions win, the comfort wins, you lose a little bit more trust in your own word, until one day you realize that you don't even believe your own self anymore. And you know you're capable of more, but it's the gap between who you are right now and who you know you're supposed to be. And that's eating you alive. It's not the habits, it's the gap. And here's what nobody tells you. It's not a discipline problem. It's not a willpower problem. It's not even a lust problem. It's an identity problem. Think about it this way. Every man has a baseline in life, a subconscious picture of who he believes he is. And when you try to build discipline, structure, and a better life, but your identity hasn't changed, that baseline just pulls you back to you were before. Every time it's like a thermostat. You rise above and then it kicks in and you're right back to where you started. That's why you can be locked in for 3 weeks and then fall apart on a random Thursday. That's why you know exactly what to do and still don't do it. That's why lust keeps winning even when you genuinely don't want it. And I'm here to tell you that you're not weak, that you're not broken. You're just operating from an identity that was built on chaos, and it's running you on autopilot. I know this because I was that man. I had the potential, I could feel it, but I was trapped. Lust controlled my decisions more than I want to admit. I had no real identity outside of what I could perform or produce. No structure, no anchor, just feeling or filling the space with what felt good in the moment. The turning point was not just one thing, it was 3 things together. I opened the Bible and actually started living what I was reading. I got in the gym and stopped quitting. And I built a morning routine that I could hold myself accountable to. None of it worked alone. Together, everything changed. Not overnight, but I became a man I actually recognized, a man I respected, and then other men started asking me how I did it. what I built for myself first, and then for the men I work with, I called it the 3-pillar rebuild. Physical, emotional, spiritual. Not 3 separate programs, but 3 dimensions of the same man, and they build on each other. The body is the first battlefield. When you train consistently, you build daily proof that you can keep a commitment to yourself. And that proof transfers into everything else in life. Then the emotional pillar is where lust actually lives. In the emptiness. A man who knows who he is doesn't chase validation. He doesn't need it. And we will build that from the inside. And the spiritual pillar is the anchor. Without God at the center, discipline becomes pride and strength becomes ego. And faith is what gives everything a meaning in life and holds everything together in the hard days. So if you fix all 3, and I've watched men become that, then you stop chasing and actually start attracting. You start attracting opportunities. You start attracting respect. You start attracting the right relationships. You start attracting more finances. You start to attract all of it into your life. So here's a concept called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Most men are stuck at level 3, love and belonging. You're chasing women for validation, for approval, chasing the feeling of being wanted. And then we have the self-actualization on level 5. That's where men finally become who they're meant to be, operating from purpose and not from the need, attracting instead of chasing. The 3 pillars are the path from where most men are to where God decided them to be. Let me give you 3 examples of men that I work with. One man came to me completely controlled by pornography and distractions, and he couldn't string, 3 days together being disciplined. But within 90 days, his body has changed. His morning has been completely locked in, and he told me he finally became a man he respected. Then we had another man, husband, father. He was completely hollow behind his success. He was showing up for everyone around him, but he had nothing left for himself or for God. The typical people pleaser. But in less than 90 days, he rebuilt his daily structure. He got in the Word, and his wife told him that she had her husband back, finally. Then we have another man here, a younger one, driven, but losing the war on lust every damn day. He knew it, but he couldn't break the cycle alone. But through the full mentorship, we rebuilt his identity to a level where he broke all the patterns. And his words are, he stopped running from himself. All different men, starting from different points in life, but they all came to the same system and eventually had the same result. So here's what working with me looks like. We start with the body. In 90 days, a physical transformation with training and nutrition, structure around your life. That's the foundation. From there, we go deeper. We do bi-weekly one-on-one calls with daily structure into your morning, into your habits, a rebuild from the ground up. And then for men who are ready to go all the way, the full 12-month rebuild mentorship. We do mentorship calls, Bible studies, Stoic education, mindset training, a completely identity rebuild. It's body, mind, and spirit until the man God created you to be is the man you actually are. But I only take a limited amount of men at a time because I'm personally in every transformation, on the calls, in the check-ins, reviewing your progress, doing your homework assignments, because this is not a course you just buy and forget about it. I'm hands-on invested into every step of this process. But now let me ask you something. How many more Mondays are you going to wake up and tell yourself that this week is going to be different? How many more times is lust going to win before you decide enough is enough? How many more years are you going to live below the man you know you're supposed to be? Every day you wait, you build more evidence that you are a man who breaks his word. And we become what we repeatedly do. And if you're done waiting, the link is below the video. Book a free call. It's 30 minutes. You talk and I sit here and listen. And we figure out exactly where you are and what it is it takes to get there to rebuild. Stop chasing. Start building. Become the man God created you to be. I'll see you on the other side, brother.